Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the press room. Hideki, welcome back as our champion to Augusta National. And congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
The win at Oso in Japan, and then the Sony, both of which have happened since then, are memorable victories with tremendous finishing holes. Well done.
ディフェンディングチャンピオンとしてご経験しまして、どうぞソニーオープンも本当おめでとう。
I guess the first question I want to put to you before we turn it over to everybody else is to reflect on coming back here after a year from being our champion, and how is it?
どうですか、オガスタに戻ってチャンピオンとして、そしてこの1年間どうでしたか。
そうですね、去年ここで勝った後、ZOZO とソニーオープンで優勝することができて、とてもいい、1年が過ぎたと思います。ただ、ここ最近はね、あまりうまくいってないので、ちょっと心配な部分はありますけど、また今年もね、いいプレーができるように頑張りたいなと思ってます。
It's been a great year. It's great to be back here in Augusta. Feel very proud and honored to be here as the defending champion. It's been a great year with wins at ZOZO and Sony. Last couple of weeks, though, have been a struggle, and hopefully I can find my game and be a worthy defending champion.
We open it up, Doug.
How exactly did you hurt yourself, and how would you describe how you're feeling and how you think you'll perform this week?
今怪我はどこでやりましたか。そして今どうですかって。
初めて痛くなったのはアーノルド・パーマーの2日目の朝だったんですけど、そこからなかなか思うように回復はせずに、先週も月火ってしっかり練習ができたんですけど、水曜日からまた痛みがね強くなったので、今日ね、さっきまで練習してたんですけど、そこで、少し、しっかり振れるようになったので、このまま痛みがなくなればなと思ってます。
Doug, the injury occurred at the Arnold Palmer Invitational on second round on Friday. Since then, it's been a struggle. Had a lot of treatment. Last week, though, at Valero Texas Open, Monday and Tuesday, I was pain-free, feeling really good, and then woke up Wednesday morning and the neck was stiff again. But I've had, again, a lot of treatment this last couple of days. I just came from the practice range and really felt good. It's probably the best I felt in a long time. And so I'm looking forward to Thursday, and hopefully I'll be 100% by then.
What area of the neck, Bob? Right, which side?
Left side.
Steve, question? Done? Please.
Hi, Hideki. I'm David from China, and question. Early batch of Chinese players, they learned from Japan. It was like 35 years ago. And at that time, when I learned golf, there was a saying called Japan style and US style. And currently, as far as I understand, a lot of Korean players, they learn from the US. But we don't see that many players from Japan in the United States. Do you think there is a distinctive golf style and school in Japan which is so different from the US style and makes you the master champion? Thank you.
デイビッドさんは中国の方ですけど、彼35年前みんな中国人が日本からゴルフを覚えていた。 そしてその時は日本のスタイルか日本のやり方、そしてもう一つはアメリカのやり方。今、韓国の選手たちがやっぱアメリカのスタイルけど、秀樹が日本から、そして初めてアジアのチャンピオンだから、その2つのスタイルがありますか、そのやり方、そしてやっぱり日本の方がやっぱり違いますかって。
それは国民性的な違いもあると思いますけど、同じゴルフやってるんであんまり関係ないのかなと思いますけど。
David, to answer your question simply, golf is golf. It doesn't matter what country you play it in. What it comes down to is just getting it in the hole. So I don't think there's a big difference in the style between Japan and the United States.
Thank you.
Sean.
Just curious your thoughts on the changes to 11 and how your shot out of that right trees from last year would have compared if it looked the way it does now.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Just thoughts on the changes to 11
Oh.
and how his shot from the right trees, I want to say in the third round, would have compared with the new look of the hole compared to last year.
やっぱり11番のだいぶ変わりましたか、なんか
そうですね、
そして去年の第3ラウンドのショットがやっぱり今はできないかなと。
ティーショットが、右側が広くなってますけど、飛ばないとそこまでいかないので、なんとも言えないですけど、去年の第3ラウンドのところまでは、距離が少し伸びてるんでいかないと思いますけど、右に曲がってもフェアウェイなんで、あんまり関係ないんじゃないかなと思いますけど。
Yeah, there's a big change at 11. The tee shot has, the tee ground has moved back into the left. There's still a lot of room on the right. It's a lot longer though. Whether or not that would affect how I played it last year, we'll wait to see.
The blue, please. Yes, thank you.
Hideki, aside from the injuries, how do you feel about your game as you begin defense? And also, Bob, if you could get him to talk about his Champions Dinner menu selections.
その怪我以外、秀樹のゴルフは今どうですかと、そして今晩の、チャンピオンズディナーのメニュー、どうですかと。
ゴルフの状態は、フルショットをしてなかったので、正直、どういう状態なのか自分でも把握しきれてない状況ですけど、でもそんなに暗い感じで僕は思ってないんで、残り、今日の、雨が降る前の時間と明日、有効に使っていきたいなと思います。
As far as golf, besides the injury, I haven't really been able to hit a full shot, 100% full shot in a long time. So, that's still a question, but I feel like the treatment that I've been receiving is helping. I'm on the road to full recovery. I still have today and tomorrow, and I think by Thursday, I'll be ready to play my best, hopefully.
チャンピオンズディナーはちょっと英語が喋れないのでどういう雰囲気なのか困りますけど、楽しみにしてます。
He's really looking forward to the Champions Dinner tonight. The language barrier still a struggle, but he's going to do his best. And I think the menu is, Regina and everyone is going to, from Augusta National, is going to help make that announcement later on.
Mrs. Morishita?
What were the highlights of the past year for you, especially like meeting the Prime Minister in Japan or your reception at various places you will remember from now on as a Masters champion? Please let us know the specific moments that were special to you. Thank you.
この1年間のベストの思い出。
まあ、スタート前にマスターズチャンピオンってアナウンスされるのがやっぱり一番嬉しいですし、まあ、先週が最後だったのでちょっと寂しい思いはしましたけど、まあ、またね勝てばそうやって呼ばれると思うんで頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Probably the highlight has been every week in the first round to be on the first tee and be announced as the reigning Masters champion. That was a highlight that I was able to relive almost every week that I played. And then last week in Texas, it was a little sad because I knew that was going to be the last time that I was going to be announced as the defending Masters champion. So it kind of made me feel, hey, I need to go out and win it again, so I can continue that highlight.
Maybe not. Monsieur, please. Yes.
Hi, I have a question because you played with two other Japanese players yesterday for practice round, Keita and Takumi. Both of them actually look up to you, and they think you are the inspiration to them, and they want to follow your footsteps. So what do you feel about that, and what do you think the winning at the Masters mean to Japanese golf?
昨日高見君とケイト君と一緒にプレーしてて、やっぱり秀樹が彼のヒーロー、そしてそれに対してどう思いますか。そして最後のマスターズチャンピオンとして、それ日本のゴルフはどんな影響ですか。
そうですね、まあ金谷も中島君も、まあアジアアマチュア勝って同じような道をたどってると思うんですけど、まあ彼らは彼らなりのね、思いがあってゴルフをしてると思いますし、まあ僕も歴代のね、プロゴルファーの人たちを見て育ってるんで、まあ、その一人になれたなら嬉しいですし、まあ、そのマスターズチャンピオンとしてよりね、認識されることも多くなったと思うんで、まあ、そこは嬉しいなと思ってます。
Yeah, it was a real pleasure to play with Kanaya and Nakajima yesterday. All three of us have kind of taken the same pathway here to Augusta National by winning the Asian Pacific Amateur. If I can be an inspiration to them, it makes me very happy. Hopefully the last year's Masters win will also help inspire and encourage a lot of young people in Japan to take up golf and follow in my footsteps.
Joy, please.
Hideki-san, almost similar question to what Smile asked, but I wanted to know, I've had a lot of interaction with Takumi and Keita in the last couple of years, and they look at you as the senpai they inspire to become. I just wanted to know, apart from what Smile asked, is what did they talk to you about? What was the kind of things that they wanted to know when they played the 9 holes with you yesterday?
拓海君とケイト君とプレーしててどんな会話ですか。そして彼らは秀樹からどんな知識かどんな助けどういう話しましたかって。
まあ彼らはあんまり喋らないんで僕が話しかけてるような感じでしたけど、まあなんか気づいたことがあったら答えてあげたりとかまあしてましたけど、もうちょっと会話したかったなと思ってます。
Yeah, I thought they would be going to ask me a lot of different questions, but it seemed like I was the one that was instigating the conversations, and I don't know if they were bashful or what, but I was hoping to be able to talk more with them.
Jimmy.
Yes. Hideki, just a simple question. When you were growing up, who was your favorite golfer? Was there someone who was your idol or hero?
やっぱり秀樹小さい時誰がヒーローですか。
タイガー。
Tim?
Hideki, can I take you back to 18 last year on Sunday? Was there anything different about your mindset knowing that, I know it's not one until you win, of course, but when you're walking up 18, what that moment is probably different for everybody. What was that moment like for you, and was it a struggle to try to finish the hole and not let your mind drift ahead to what was going to happen in a couple of minutes there when you got the jacket and this became real? Thank you.
去年最終日、やっぱり優勝が目の前、18番フェアウェイを歩いてる時、どういうことを考えてて？
18番のセカンドショットがバンカーに入ったので、ちゃんと乗っけられるだろうかっていう心配はありました。それしか考えてなかったです。
Yeah, walking up 18, I mean, I just hit my second shot in the bunker on the right, and that's all I was thinking about is getting it out, getting it out and in from that bunker. That's all I was really thinking about, not winning or just making a good bunker shot.
Ignacio?
Hideki, master patrons are probably the warmest gallery in all golf. Do you feel, being the master champion, do you feel a great difference between your past appearance and this when you walk around the course?
やっぱりマスターズのペトロンたちのすごい温かい。そして今までと違って今年コースに出てやっぱりもっと温かい気持ちを感じましたか？
そうですね。毎ホール、ティーイングエリアに行くと、拍手してくれるので、そこは今までと全然、違う印象を受けました。
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, this year during the practice rounds, every hole when I stand on the tee box, people have welcomed me warmly and cheered me on, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Doug?
Hideki, in the last year, how many times have you worn the green jacket? What was the biggest reaction to it, and did you ever have to take it to the dry cleaner?
この1年間何回グリーンジャケット履いてて、そしてそのグリーンジャケット履いて一番思い出かなは何ですか？そしてクリーナーに出しましたか？ドライクリーニング。
クリーニングは出そうと思ったんですけど、なかなかなくなったら心配なので一回も出せてないですね。
As far as the first, the last question about the dry cleaning, I thought about it and it needed to be, cleaned, but I just was so worried that something might happen to it, and so I didn't want to let it out of my sight. あと何回？
何回来たかは、僕はそんなに来てないです。ずっと見てるだけでしたね。
I've just spent the year looking at it. I haven't really worn it that much, but I look at it a lot.
もっと着とけばよかったと思ってました。
And now I wish I would have worn it more.
Krish?
Hideki, we saw your emotional outpouring on the 18th last year. You almost show no emotion whether you win or you don't. But there have been frustrating times over the last few months with injuries, lack of form, or whatever you call it. How do you deal with that? Do you ever show emotion outside?
優勝してもあんまり出さないでしょう、気持ちが。やっぱりそれが秀樹のスタイルですかって。
ロングパットが入ったりチップインしたりするとね、ガッツポーズ出ると思うんですけど、あんまり長いパットが入ってとかないんで、あんまり出しづらい状況っていうのはあります。
You're right. I don't show a lot of emotion on the course unless I, make a long putt or chip in, but those are few and far between, so people don't really get to see my emotions on the course. But I do when I make a long putt or chip, I'm very emotional and give it the guts pose. But in Japanese, that's what we call it the guts pose. But like Tiger. But again, I don't do that very often, so people don't get to see that from me very often.
Sean, I'll take two more questions. Sean?
You won twice since the Masters. Just wondering what role the win had in those later victories. Did it give you confidence that you may have lost over a couple of years of not winning, or was it something that changed in your game that resulted in 3 wins in the last 12 months after a few years of not winning in the States?
去年のマスターズ優勝がやっぱりZOZOソニーの優勝に影響ありましたか、これがやっぱり自分自身がやっぱりつけたか、自分のゴルフが上手くなった。
まあ、去年ここで優勝することができて、その、自信ってものが、ZOZO とかソニーにつながったと思ってるんで、今年もね、その自信をね、持って頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Sean, yes, the confidence level was greatly increased with the win last year, and that helped me throughout the year. I'm sure it had a big effect on my play the rest of that year and at Sony this year. And hopefully that boost in confidence will continue this week.
Ms. Zhu, you get the last question.
Oh, thank you. Hideki, I remember like over a decade ago when you faced the media, you barely answer any, you barely have any long answers and usually finish with one word. It's also including the early years at the Masters. But now when we see you, you're actually very happy to share a lot of personal information or even like give some jokes. So what has changed you, or the winning at the Masters actually gave you a lot of confidence, so make you more lighter?
やっぱり10年前初めてマスターズに来た時メディアセンターで答えがすごい短い、時々一言葉だけでも今もう冗談も言うし答えがもう長くなって、それが去年のマスターズの優勝の影響かどう思いますかって。
あんまり変わってないんじゃないかなと思うんですけど、10年前がそんなにひどかったとは思わなかったですね。
It says, really, I don't think I've changed that much. But, if you say my answers were short, but I really don't remember them being that short.
Hideki, domo arigato. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it very much, and on behalf of all of us here at Augusta National, we wish you every success this week. Maybe a second green jacket, then you can send the first one to the cleaners without worrying. Thank you.